Hey guys, you're watching Boondocking with Dennis. Just as I started to film this little segment, I realized I don't have my sunglasses. So you're going to get squinty eyes. And another reason I like to wear sunglasses when the camera is on me is when I look in the camera, I don't know where to look. I look at myself, but I think I should be looking there. Is that right? Maybe I'll actually watch one of these videos back. Here come the waves from the boat going by. Pretty cool. So, I picked up some gifts today at the post office, and I'll show you them in tomorrow morning's video. And I got a nice letter from a friend, and he said, "Don't mention my name," and I won't. I won't do that to you, buddy. But he did say, "Feed the birds over at Goose Island," request, and "feed Eugene." So for about 2 hours, I've been in different parts of the beach looking for Eugene or any type of stork or crane, and I have seen them, but none have come near me. So right in the cup there, where's it at? Right there is a old McDonald's cup. Well, it's not old, it's a few days. Got it a few days ago. 32-ounce cup, $5 worth of shrimp, and no Eugene or any of his relatives to feed him to. Now, I've seen blue herrings fly over, but there were even people fishing here. Those are just waves. Sometimes the waves sound like a dolphin, but I haven't seen any Eugene associates. I wasn't checking my notes. You were checking your notes. Raccoon Little Bear mentioned this morning, he made a reference to the Grinch that stole Christmas and something about Whoville. And I think Walter had asked me stories from my past or childhood. This wasn't when I was a child. This was when I was about 35 and in really good shape. My buying a belt wasn't an investment like it is now. But I had a buddy that worked for U.S. Air, and we would fly everywhere. I could fly first class for free. And we went to a bunch of places, and we went down to Orlando a couple times. I think he was originally from that area. And we went, I don't know when this would be, but I should have looked up the year just to give you an idea. But Universal Studios had a whole new section based on the Grinch movie. It was basically Whoville. And they had all the characters running around dressed up as, what do you call people from Whoville? Whoarians? Is that what they are? Whoanites, from the Dr. Seuss book. And it was neat. And when I got to Whoville, they had the modern rides and the modern roller coasters where the bar comes over your shoulders and locks you in. They are not made for anyone over 6'2", at least at the time. Well, I'm 6'6", so we had paid really good admission. I had to get into Whoville to wait in line with my buddy for 5 or 6 different rides and talk to him, and then he would get to go on the ride, and I couldn't. And I did get to go on some rides in that section, but yeah. What a lot of people don't know is that in every little section of Universal, and I don't know if they have it at Disney or not, but Universal, there's a bar. There's a hardcore drinking dads, I need to get in there and get some Jack Daniels or I'm going to string up one of these kids here at Universal Studios. But yeah, we managed to find a bar in every little section. And when we traveled, we would go to different places and keep a running total on our trip of how many Jack and Cokes we had. That was our traveling drink, Jack and Cokes. And it would start at the airport waiting for the plane, and on the plane, and at the airport when we landed, and checking into a hotel and all that kind of fun stuff. So, yeah, those are fun trips. My buddy Rich. And Rich, I hope you're not watching this channel, but if you don't have anything better to do, thanks for watching, buddy. But while I was in line one day, while I was in line that day, one of the characters came up and started talking to me in his Who costume with the little Who nose, and I turned into the Grinch and let him know how unhappy I was about having to pay admission to rides that I couldn't ride. They really could have told you that ahead of time. I would have paid and went anyway, but you're in Orlando in July and it's 110 degrees, and you ask me a question, you're definitely going to get an answer. I don't care what costume you're wearing. And we both got a bunch of free comp passes. So yeah, way to go, little mayor of Whoville, whoever you were. Definitely it wasn't Cindy Lou Who. And yeah, turned me from the Grinch into the real Grinch, right? He gets one over at the end, and his heart melts. And then Dennis casually looked around and held his notes just off camera to see what else he wanted to talk about. Yeah, I got a package from Judy, and I'll show that in tomorrow's video. Thank you, Judy, very much. The gentleman that doesn't want me to mention his name, so thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. And then my buddy Drew sent me a gift and said don't mention his name, but I'm not listening to Drew. He's a friend. Drew. Hey, everyone, Drew sent me a gift. I'll probably mention that for the next 30 videos now, Drew. Drew is awesome. His whole family's awesome. I think I'm the official godfather to Drew's dog, Tika. So that is cool. YouTube comments. Yeah, so if you have a YouTube channel, there's an app. You don't have to have a channel to get the app, but it's called YouTube Studio, and it helps you look at things and answer your comments better. They're organized. Last night in my comments, and if you guys know, I really try to keep up on my comments. I check them throughout the day, middle of the night. I'll answer people. There appeared about 300 comments. Some of them are 2.5, almost 3 years old. And I started answering them. And some of them are regulars that still watch the channel, which is kind of neat. I remember answering some of Calvin's and Fred's and Jamie's. And some of them are people who don't like me anymore. So I made sure I answered those especially. And then there's just people that were regulars, and then for whatever reason they stopped following the channel. I could be sending messages to someone who passed away. I don't know. But beyond the grave. Yeah. I just thought that was weird. And YouTube has a lot of glitches. Sometimes you leave comments, and it hasn't done it to me lately, but it was doing it to Arthur and Jamie a lot. They would leave comments, and they just would disappear. And I haven't had much of that happening lately. It does happen. It was happening to Spiderhead. These are all people that normally leave comments on my videos, which I appreciate. But just for, I'm literally getting notifications now on comments people left 2.5, 3 years ago. And I just thought that was bizarre. So let me see. So I got the shrimp here. Haven't seen Eugene. Yeah, I've been out here about 2 hours in different spots looking for him. And I'll catch up with him. But at the end of the day, I got 32 ounces of shrimp, or 32-ounce cup of shrimp for $5. I'm gonna go buy that next time and actually cook it. Real nice people, and I forget the name of the bait stand I went to. It's the one furthest on the left, now that other one is gone. And it might have been Katie's, Kadys, but I have it in the video. I went in and talked to her for a while. Super nice lady. She was saying, the crane might like fish better, but you probably can't go wrong with shrimp. And I was once I parked, fishermen came around me and were fishing. And usually, anytime anyone's fishing, the cranes show up. And I haven't seen any adults today. I've seen the younger ones flying around, and I've seen the white egrets flying around, but nothing right by me that I could give some shrimp to. I threw one at one. I'm pretty sure a seagull beat him to it. And this is kind of neat today. I got an email from a subscriber named Mark Yost. Now, I've seen that name before. Mark, you might have even sent me something in the past. But I also knew there was an author named Mark Yost. I remember reading, like, I don't know, years ago, might have been magazine, Sports Illustrated articles. Mark, did you used to submit Sports Illustrated articles anymore? And I remember that because I have a friend named Fritz Yost. So, I mean, that name just always stuck with me. And I noticed there was an author at the library named Mark Yost, and you see his books, advertised and on Amazon. Well, apparently it's the Mark Yost. And unless he was joking and just has the same name, but he sent me the Kindle edition of his first, he has a detective series. And, Rick Crane. And I think I've read 2 of those books, but I've never read the whole series start to finish. So I think I'm going to start that. And he sent me the Kindle edition. Cooper's Daughter is apparently the first book of that series. So if any of you guys have read Mark Yost, let me know. But I'm definitely going to read that. I'm interested. I've read a few detective series by James Patterson, had a few different ones, Alex Cross, and some other ones that I enjoyed. And who's the writer? I think his last name is Sanford. I just don't retain information like I used to, guys. When I lived, and I've mentioned this before, in Clifton Heights, Pennsylvania, I worked in Glen Olden, Pennsylvania at a gym. On the way home, there was a small library that hardly anyone went to, just a few blocks from my apartment complex. And you could go online. I would go online virtually every day at some point while I was working. And you could request books from a library system, 20 different libraries. And there was a shuttle van that would bring books to your library, videos, CDs, DVDs, whatever you had requested. And they would tell you when it was there. You get a notification, and you would go pick it up. So even though my library was small, you had a vast 20 Delaware County library system, and they even offered that if they didn't have it, they could search for nearby library systems, and you could get it for like $1 fee. A book for 2 weeks or whatever you requested. And I do really miss that living down here. Just I remember just there was like 2 books that I wanted to read that I had to buy back then. And I did buy books back then, but just I like reading Civil War books. I like reading Stephen King. Those detective series were good. Trying to think what else I read a lot of. I just enjoy. I would read a lot of nonfiction. I read a few self-help books that I really enjoyed. Just trying to think of what else I read back then. But basically, people would bring books into the gym while they worked out and did cardio, and I would see it and I would read it. People lent me books, and I just read a lot of books that people recommended or they would loan to me. Cold Mountain comes to mind. I remember reading that because they knew I liked Civil War, and Cold Mountain is an excellent book. I actually liked the movie too, but the book was just fantastic. I read a lot of Bill Bryson. I have a thing for autobiographies. Biographies are okay, but if you can find like a minor character I shouldn't say minor, but like William Shatner has at least 3 autobiographies. So you know you're important when you have 3 autobiographies. One of my favorite autobiographies that I ever read was by Burt Ward. Burt Ward was Robin on the TV series Batman and Robin. And he had such a high opinion of himself. It's one of the best actors of all time. Gifted, if you know what I'm talking about. And fought Bruce Lee to a draw. Can you imagine that? It's really, and they're all great. And I would go to the library and just go through the autobiographies and biographies in order. And I liked reading presidents' biographies, and just I always found biographies interesting, but autobiographies are the best because you're getting that person's opinion of themselves and what happened. But that's been my day so far. I got the truck, the back all cleaned out again. I got some oatmeal going. I did want to tell you, okay, so being poor, I do live in my truck. This is not an act. I swear I don't go to a hotel or go live in the country club when I'm done making videos. This morning, it looked like it was really going to pour, and I knew I wouldn't be able to get into the back of the truck. Just seeing a reflection on my truck there. Yeah, I swear I have a small dent in my door that I did not put there. But when I go to look for it, oh well, we'll talk about that another day. It's only noticeable from certain angles. Damn. Using the McDonald's app, I can get a sausage and cheese on a English muffin, a hash brown, and a large coffee for $2 plus tax. And I know that none of that is healthy for me. Well, the coffee keeps me from murdering people, so that's a good thing. But for $2 for breakfast, and then once a week, I'm good to go there for lunch. And through the app again, you can get a free large French fry and that would normally cost $2.79. And you have to spend $1 to get that. And I order either a chicken sandwich or a cheeseburger, and that is $1. So again, for $1, you can eat a good-sized lunch. And it's not healthy in any way, but it is cheap, inexpensive. And sometimes I go buy that for some of the homeless people that I see downtown, or if I was approached last night. Oh, I was approached this morning as soon as I got out of the back of the truck at like 7 a.m. by someone who slept in a truck about 40 feet away, and he was a nice guy, but I'm just waiting for him to ask me for money. And he did ask me for money, so I gave him the 14 cents that he requested. Not only did I give him 14 cents, I gave him 28 cents because that's what I had in my little change thing in my truck. But I really try to avoid, I've learned not to talk to people because no one just wants to say hi if they're living in their vehicle, or there's just a lot of shady people walking through the parking lot. And I find when I give off that don't talk to me vibe, they leave me alone. So, I've never had any trouble in a Walmart parking lot. And if you have, please tell me all about it on your YouTube channel, and I'll be happy to watch it. But you have to be aware whether you're at the beach or parked in a Walmart parking lot or walking down a street at night, or when you think you're safe at home in your house. I would say more people get injured and robbed in home invasions than they do in Walmart parking lots. And we can Google the stats on that. But I think I've rambled enough, guys. I haven't talked to anyone in about 3 hours, so I got to take it out on you guys. So I do apologize for this. If you guys have stayed in and watched this whole video, God bless you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I think I covered the questions that people asked me in the comments and in the emails that I get. A lot of people right now are asking me how do I stay cool, and I know I've covered that a bunch of times. But if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section, and when I do these face-to-face videos, I'll try to answer them. So thanks, guys. Guys, check the description for the video. It's got my email account, my mailing address. It has my Amazon wish list. There's actually some books on there and some small things and just gift cards I can use for gas. What else? I'm an Amazon affiliate. So if you go to Amazon through my portal, Amazon takes care of me. It's a small amount, but it's something, you know. And it doesn't cost you anything extra. And one more thing on there. Oh, my PayPal account is on there, where you can PayPal me, and it takes out no fees on your end or my end. If you send me $5, it costs you $5, and I get $5. And you people do use that, and I greatly appreciate it. But if you're just sitting at home, don't feel bad at all if you can't do any of that. I'm on a budget. You're on a budget. I get that. So just watching my videos helps me. It puts less than a penny in my pocket, but those pennies do add up to dollars, and I appreciate that. Yeah. If anyone is able, if you have unlimited, what do you call that? Unlimited usage, you know, run my playlist overnight for me. That is a huge help. That gives me views and watch time, and that's what I get paid on by YouTube. So we'll see what's going on down the road, guys. I'm probably a couple months away from making a decision if I need to cut back on this a little bit and try to find a job that I still can do. I don't want to do Uber and Lyft then. It's just too much wear and tear on my vehicle. And I mean, I would if I have to. It does put money in your pocket, but it also runs up the miles on your vehicle, and it's wear and tear, and it's stress. And Uber and Lyft have guidelines now where they insist that all drivers and passengers wear masks. And if you look on YouTube, it's just people being jerks to the drivers. I don't want to wear a mask. So why are you using the app? I get it if you don't want to wear a mask. We're required to have customers wear masks, and we're required to wear masks. If you don't want to do that, contact Uber and Lyft. Take a cab. Save your money and go buy a car. Don't argue with someone. You don't argue with the person at Walmart who is asking you to wear a mask. It's not their idea. You got to think half of those people don't want to wear masks either, you know? I wear a mask now because Walmart has requested it. Those people treat me too good in there for me to be arguing with anyone. And I don't mind wearing a mask. I don't mind wearing a mask, especially with the numbers spiking in Texas again. So, yeah. And I don't care if you're anti-mask or you're pro-mask. I arguing about it on YouTube or social media never, ever, ever has changed one person's opinion. It just doesn't happen. So that's where we're at nowadays, guys. We're all going to die. It's all doom and gloom. And since we're all going to die, no one's beat it yet. I'm going to enjoy myself while I'm here. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to have fun as much as I can every day. And I hope you guys are too. I appreciate y'all. How'd you like that wind up? Do we need anything in post-edit? We're all good? Did you guys get the dancing girl? No dancing girls yet. No dancing girls yet. Thanks for watching, everyone.